If you're carrying credit card debt in 2026, you don't just have a bill. You have termites in your financial foundation. With average credit card interest rates hovering around 22% to 25%, every day you wait isn't just costing you money, it is eating your future wealth. Think about it. A $5,000 balance doesn't just sit there. At 25% interest, it's actively growing, compounding, and making the problem worse every single month. It's like a termite infestation, chewing away at the very structure you're trying to build. Most people try to pay a little bit extra on all their cards at once. We can call this the scattergun approach, and frankly, it just does not work. It feels productive, but you're spreading your resources too thin. It's like trying to put out a forest fire with a garden hose, spraying a little water on every tree. You won't put out a single flame. Today we're not doing that. We're using the avalanche method. It is the most mathematically efficient way to destroy debt and stop the interest from eating your bricks. It's focused, it's powerful, and it will save you the most money in the long run. So let's get into the math and see why the avalanche always wins. There are two main popular ways to pay off debt. The snowball method, where you pay off the smallest balance first, and the avalanche method, where you attack the highest interest rate first. Here at Financial Bricks, we prefer the avalanche because it saves you the most money. The snowball method is great for psychology. Getting that quick win by paying off a small debt feels good, and that emotional boost can keep you motivated. It's a valid strategy if you're struggling to stay on track. But the avalanche is pure math. Let's look at the reality of 2026 interest rates. Imagine you have a credit card with a $5,000 balance at a toxic 28% APR. Then you also have a student loan with a $2,000 balance at a much lower 5% APR. The snowball method would tell you to pay off that smaller $2,000 student loan first. But the $5,000 debt is the dangerous one. It's the one that's growing faster than you can pay it down. It's accumulating hundreds of dollars in interest charges every year while the student loan is growing much more slowly. The avalanche method says to ignore the balance size for a moment and attack the toxic interest rate first. By neutralizing the debt that's costing you the most, you stop the financial bleeding faster and save a significant amount of money over time. It's about being strategic, not just emotional. Alright, let's build your step-by-step battle plan. This is the 4-step avalanche guide to get you out of debt. Step 1 is the audit. You have to stop the bleeding. I need you to list every single debt you have. Open a spreadsheet, grab a notebook, whatever works for you. Write down 2 numbers next to each debt. The total balance you owe and the interest rate, or APR. Be brutally honest here. Don't leave anything out. Now for the crucial part of this step. You must stop using the cards immediately. You cannot bail out a boat if you are still drilling holes in the bottom. This is a debt emergency. Remove your credit cards from your digital wallets like Apple Pay or Google Pay. Go into your browser settings and delete them from the autofill. Unlink them from Amazon, from Uber, from everything. We are cutting off the source of the problem. Step 2 is the ranking. This is where the avalanche strategy really begins. Take that list you just made and ignore the balances for a second. I want you to sort the entire list by the interest rate, from the highest percentage to the lowest. The credit card with the 29% APR? That is your new target number 1. The store card with 24%? That's number 2. The personal loan at 18% is next. Your car loan down at 7% is near the bottom of the list. This ranked list is your roadmap. It tells you exactly where your financial termites are doing the most damage, and it shows you where to focus your attack for maximum impact. Step 3 is setting the minimum floor. Now for every single debt on your list except for your number 1 target, you're going to set up automatic payments for the minimum amount due. Only the minimum. We do this for a very important reason, to protect your credit score. Missing payments will damage your score and make this whole process harder. So we're keeping these other debts alive, but we aren't trying to kill them yet. Think of it as putting them on life support. You're making the minimum payments to stay in good standing with your lenders, which keeps your credit report clean while you focus all your firepower elsewhere. Step 4 is the attack. This is where the magic happens. I want you to scrape together every single spare dollar you can find. Did you sell that old bike that was gathering dust in the garage? Great. Did you pick up a side hustle or work a few extra hours? Awesome. Now, take 100% of that extra cash, every last penny, and throw it at your target debt, the one with the highest interest rate. You're going to attack it relentlessly, month after month, until that balance hits zero. Once it's gone, that's your first victory. But here's the best part. Now you take all that money you were paying on the first debt, the minimum payment plus all that extra cash, and you roll it into your second debt on the list. This is the avalanche. Your total monthly payment dedicated to debt stays the same, but the amount you rethrowing at each individual debt gets bigger and bigger as it rolls down the hill, knocking out each debt faster and faster. Now, if you have a decent credit score, usually something over 670, you can use a power tool to accelerate this entire process, the 0% balance transfer. This can be a game changer. Think of it like swapping out a bad termite-infested brick for a strong, solid one. This involves applying for a new credit card that offers a promotional 0% APR for a period of time, usually 12 to 18 months, and then moving your high-interest debt onto this new card. What's the benefit? It's huge. During that introductory period, 100% of your payment goes toward paying down the principal, the actual debt you owe. None of it goes to the bank's profit in the form of interest. This allows you to make incredible progress in a short amount of time. But there's a warning you need to be aware of. There's usually a fee to move the money, typically between 3 and 5% of the balance you're transferring. So you have to do the math to make sure the fee is less than the interest you would have paid otherwise. And this is critical. Never, ever use this new card for spending. It is a tool for debt destruction, not a new line of credit. If you use it for purchases, you defeat the entire purpose. Let me be clear. High-interest debt is an emergency. It is not a lifestyle choice or a normal part of your budget. It's a fire that needs to be put out as quickly as possible. Using the avalanche method is the fastest, most mathematical way to stop the bleeding and save yourself the most money. I know it takes discipline, it takes sacrifice. But once that first high-interest card hits zero, and you see that avalanche of money start rolling onto the next debt, the momentum becomes unstoppable. You will feel a sense of control and power over your finances that you haven't felt in a long time. Thanks for building with me today. Next, we're going to talk about the quiet luxury budget, how you can enjoy life and feel wealthy without spending a fortune. Subscribe so you don't miss the next brick.